Hey, welcome back to the TheCopKitchen. I'm Tbsp. So today I'm going to make another batch of cookies. It's going to be a cookie that I remember growing up as a kid. My dad really liked them, so my mom made them a lot, and that is molasses cookies. Now I would have no idea how she made those. I remember eating them, but I would never remember the recipe. But thanks to my sister Doreen, who put together a cookbook, a family cookbook, of most of the recipes that we grew up eating. Jitterbug sandwich, apple pie, chicken pot pie, a bunch of different recipes that I'm going to get to most of them before the time is over. And this one, again, one of my favorites. It's got a lot of spices in it, and let's see how we do. Here we go. There we go. Again, I want to thank my sister Doreen for putting that cookbook together. One of the other recipes in there, hunjiguns. You're going to have to watch one of my upcoming videos to even find out what that is. But for this recipe, molasses cookies, you're going to need 2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I love the smell of nutmeg. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Also, the wet ingredients will include 1/2 cup of shortening, 1/2 cup of sugar, granulated sugar, plus 3 tablespoons. And when we get to that 3 tablespoons will be used to roll the cookie dough in before we put them in the oven. 2/3 cups of unsulfered molasses. Okay, I don't know what sulfured molasses is, so unsulfured. I'm using this Crosby, it's called. It's fancy molasses, 100% pure, and it says right under it, unsulfured. Okay, there you go. Along with that, you're going to need 1/4 cup water and 1 egg. Let's get started. Okay, I've got my 2.5 cups of flour in a medium-sized bowl. I did not sift the flour. I don't think you need to in this. And we're going to add the baking soda. And I've got all the spices in here. I've got the cinnamon, the ground ginger, the ground cloves, the nutmeg, and the salt all right here. We'll mix that all in. Oh, that smells good. Nutmeg comes through big time. Let's whisk this up, because you know it is whiskey business. Set that aside. Wet ingredients. So the wet ingredients, a large bowl, we're going to put our shortening. Then we'll put the sugar. I'm gonna use a hand mixer. You can use, you can do it all by hand or use a stand mixer if you want. But let's put all that sugar and mix it all up. And we'll add our molasses. Give that a little mix. In goes the water, the egg, and something that's not in the recipe that I like to add is a teaspoon of vanilla. And give that a mix until it's well combined. Okay, now we're going to add our flour a little at a time and then stir it in. I add about half of it and give it a stir. So we'll be putting this in the refrigerator once we get it all mixed for about 2 hours. Then we'll take it out, we'll form the dough into about 2-inch, maybe a tablespoon balls, roll them in the sugar, and then we'll cook them in a preheated oven that's set at 350 degrees. And the rest of the flour. When you put it in the refrigerator, go ahead and put some wrap over it, plastic wrap, and cover it. Alrighty, I'm going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours. I'll be back. So that 2 hours went by pretty quick, didn't it? At least for you guys. Alright, so the cookie batter is out of the refrigerator. It's firmed up a little bit. I've taken a cookie sheet. I have lined it with my, as you know when I do my cookies, like these ones, I like this silicone liner for the cookie sheets. If not, you can just put the cookies on a ungreased cookie sheet. So we're just gonna scoop out, this is my 1 tablespoon scoop. I've also got a 2 tablespoon scoop I made, make it for a bigger cookie, but I'm gonna roll them into a ball, roll them into sugar, put them on the pan. About 2 inches apart. Beauty of this one, it measures it for you. All right. I'll speed this up a little bit so you don't have to wait so long. Alright, 2 pans, ready to go in the oven, 350 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. First batch out of the oven. We're going to let them sit on the baking pan, the cookie sheet, for a few minutes, and then we'll transfer them over to the infamous cooling rack. They're cool enough now. We're going to move them over to the cooling rack and let them cool completely. So there they are, stacks and stacks of molasses cookies. You know what it smells like? It smells like the Sheppy household when Mom was making these. This is another good one to make with the kiddos while you're cooped up in the house and quarantined. Nice and easy recipe to make, keep them kids from driving you crazy. Give it a try. Till next time, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, leave a comment. Maybe you have a variation of the recipe. Let me know. And again, I want to thank my sister Doreen for making the family cookbook that I used, because I had never remembered this recipe. And until next time, be safe out there. Wash your hands a lot. I'm 10-7.